Um, so Mitch, we just had
Yes, sir.
Spider-Man: Homecoming
Yep,
just
saw it,
recently.
yeah.
Guardians 2 right before that, and
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
A
Um,
bunch of other movies coming out.
and D23, the big Disney, pretty much expo for all their
Yeah,
properties.
last week. Yeah.
We got. We didn't get to see it, but
No.
the Infinity War trailer.
Yes.
From what you've heard of, people all over the internet writing scene by scene what they saw, what are your thoughts on that and the state of the MCU?
Well, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is. Spider-Man to me was like the last thing they really needed to get done, and they did it very well. It's in there. Now we have to go to Thor, and then we have Black Panther, and then we have the Infinity War. So the next two movies are going to be very important to the lead up to this 10-year project. It's been 10 years since they started these Iron Man movies, and this is the longest story build up in like the history of movies and stuff. I don't know. I'm just a little trepidation. What's the word I'm looking for? Trepidation. Whenever you build something up for so long, everyone's got expectations on what that thing's going to be in their head. Like whether it's a Star Wars movie or any movie series, Twilight, anything that has a bunch of people want to see the last chapter, and then when they get it, they're like, "Oh, it's not what I thought it was going to be." So I'm trying not to think too much about the Infinity War, because it was first it was two movies, now it's one movie, or I don't know what they're going to do, and then it's supposed to change all the Marvel movies going forward. So I don't know if that means they're going to recast all the main actors because their contracts are all up. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes. But you're right. From what I've heard, it looks amazing. But there's like 63 different characters in that movie. Every actor. I mean, is there really 63 superheroes, or are they going to bring the TV ones on? Because
A lot of speculation
right.
still.
So yeah, it's going to be something to see. And then you wonder how good can a movie be when it's got 63 characters in a span of 2.5 hours, because everybody's going to try to get their moment.
Yeah.
But you can only do so much. You got to tell a story.
Yep. And we've seen movies fail with just 3 villains. Now there's 63 characters.
Yeah, right. And Guardians 2, I love Guardians 2, but I was a little worried with that because everybody had their moment, and for the first hour, you're like, is there a story yet? Because they got a scene with Rocket, they got a scene with Drax, they got a scene with Star-Lord, they got a scene with Gamora, we got a scene with Nebula, and everybody, because they want to get everybody's fan favorite on the screen.
Yeah.
But before you know it, you're running out of time, and you go, oh, we got to get back to the story. So that, yeah, just like you said, whenever you have multiple characters in movies, you run the risk of just overload, and we'll have to see though. But I'm excited to see it. No one's ever seen anything like this before. It's never been done. Got to give them credit for sticking with it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And listen to your podcasts, the Power Cosmic.
You're the guy. Yeah. Wonder who listens to it.
You guys did a little review on Spider-Man: Homecoming. You loved it. Any
I did.
thoughts you
Yeah.
want to talk about now? Spoiler free.
Well, I was surprised it's not doing as well. You know, it fell 70-something%. Most movies fall like 50 to 60%.
Yeah.
Spider-Man took a big hit. We were talking about it this week on the show, why that happened. I thought it might be just overload, because we talked about there's already been 4 superhero movies this year. You've had Logan, you had Wonder Woman, you had Guardians, you had Spider-Man.
Lego Batman.
Lego Batman counts, and you still have some other ones. You have this Atomic Blonde.
Yep.
You have Secret Service 2, which is a comic book. You have Valerian, which is a French graphic novel that I'm not going to go see. You have Thor. You have the Justice League movie. You have a lot of movies, and what happens is just like everything else. Too much of a good thing is not always the good thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It might be too much, and we talked about that. Spider-Man's a very good movie, but when you start every week you see this stuff, it's not special anymore.
Exactly.
You know, it's not unique.
The non-comic book fans, they're over it.
My mom's 80, my sister's 60. They went to see it in a matinee, and they were like, it was okay. I'm like, really? She goes, we like the other ones better with Tobey Maguire. I go, wow. But because she even said, why are they redoing this again? Didn't they redo it? It's only been 15 years since the original Spider-Man Sam Raimi movie, and this is the 6th one and the 3rd actor to play him. So it's kind of crazy.
It is a little overload with that one character.
Yeah, right. And let's change his origin again. Oh, now he's young. Now he's this. Now he's in high school. Now he's a kid. It gets a little bit too much. I like it, but it's too much.
And switching from the movies to the pages,
Yeah.
last summer DC did their big rebirth. You know, they're rebranding, they're retelling, they're mixing of old and new. Now Marvel is kind of hopping on that same plan in a way with the Legacy.
Legacy, yeah.
Your thoughts on that?
I think Marvel and DC are both experiencing very, we could just call it out, very big decline in sales. So they keep trying to think of what's going to get the readers back. And Marvel has had a really big hit because they tried diversifying their characters, and they talked about that. They've made a female Iron Man. They've made an Asian Hulk. They've made I can't think of what it was, the Ms. Marvel. They made her, I think she's a Muslim character. So they try to create a diverse universe now with different ethnic backgrounds, different religions, and all that. And then there's been a big backlash. People are like, well, I want my Steve Rogers Captain America. I want my Bruce Banner Hulk. I want my Don Blake Thor. I want the guys that I remember. So what they're going to do is this legacy where they're going to take the characters how they were 20, 30 years ago, bring them together with the modern versions. And I don't know how long that story's going to last. Maybe it's a one-shot. It's a response because they realize the people reading these books are 40, 50-year-old guys that, as much people like to say they want change, people don't like change. They like things the way they were. They like picking up a book and knowing it's the same character that they read when they were a kid 20, 30 years ago. So what Marvel's trying to do to placate everybody is they're going to keep the new characters they made here, but they're going to get the old ones back and hopefully put a Band-Aid on it, because DC's been doing that for years.
Yeah.
Like, they reinvent the universe, people hate it, they go back, they redo it, people hate that, they go back, they redo it, and then last time they rebirth, they got it all. But no one ever lets things last anymore. It's like, why don't you just let it build up?
Yeah.
Maybe in 3 or 4 years people will get used to it, but there's such a knee-jerk reaction, like, oh, they hated it, quick, throw out the baby in the bathwater, get a new baby, get a new bathwater. I don't know. I mean, maybe they don't need to have these big epic stories. Maybe you just do small, little, intimate 1 or 2 issue stories, and that's it. You don't need to have this epic 30 multi-issue,
No.
because nobody wants to buy all those books.
That's a lot, and I'm sure your collection is
Oh
to the
my
roof.
God. Yeah,
and
but you know
mine's-
what? I'm actually buying a lot of older books
I've been doing the same
because
as well.
I know what happens, and I know there's only a couple issues, and that's it. These new ones, The Secret Empire, there was like 7 or 8 different books. I'm not buying 7 or 8 different books to read one story. Just tell one story.
And Rebirth is the big overall connector, but you don't want to miss one, so you end up buying every book in the DC stuff.
Yeah,
and
but
that,
I was buying characters I never read.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know who this character is, but it's part of the story.
Exactly, so.
But yeah, to answer your question, Marvel, we'll wait and see. But I think they're on the right track, trying to make it back the way it used to be. As long as they stick with it, just don't touch it. Just leave it alone.
Yep.
Don't. It's like a scab. Don't scratch at it. It'll never heal. Let it go. You'll get a big scar on you.
Definitely.
Don't pick at it.
Cool.
That's that.
Sweet.
All right.
Awesome.
All right, Mike. Thanks again, buddy.
Thank you, Mitch.